back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would do kind of like a chit chat, get ready with me. We'll talk a little bit about luxury items, but this is basically kind of my everyday makeup look. You know what I find so interesting about these Vogue beauty secret videos is that so many people in these videos are wearing robes, and I could not imagine doing my makeup in a robe just because the sleeves would be so long and I would be afraid to get makeup on it. I can't have my arms be draped in something. So I first already put on sunscreen. Apparently this is like a viral sunscreen. I got this recommended to me by this girl that I follow. She's like half white, half Japanese, but she's Australian. I'll link her channel down below. I've actually bought so many skincare items because of her, and she doesn't even really struggle with acne the way I do, but all the products that I bought because of her recommendation, my skin is doing great. I've been doing my makeup a little bit differently than before. I mean, because I have so much makeup, I try to use up everything, so I kind of go through weird cycles of trying different things. I saw a video recently of this girl doing her makeup like this, so that's what I'm doing. And this is in the shade 3. I used to have the shade 4, but it was a little bit too dark for me when I'm pale, because this is me very pale right now. So just a couple things to update you guys on. So talking about my skin, so I actually finally started using prescription medication for my acne. I always don't know how to pronounce this, but it's called like spirlactolone or something like that. I'll put the name right here. And it's actually really helped. Apparently it's a blood thinner. Like some people with really high blood pressure, you take, like, this is an alternative to medication for high blood pressure, because my mom has high blood pressure. A lot of people use different types of medication for lowering high blood pressure, but this one is for acne. And I looked it up on Reddit. A lot of people recommended it, and I forgot which video, but some of you guys recommended me to give it a go, and I did enough research on it that I decided to try it. Almost all of this is just hyperpigmentation for my really bad skin. In terms of active breakouts, I actually don't have a lot of active breakouts. I usually only get active breakouts if I just eat bad. So a lot of my trigger foods are eggs, or weirdly enough, Starbucks syrup. Like any type of syrup in Starbucks makes me break out. Eating hot fries, which is so tragic because I love hot fries. So the only downside of the medication is because I have low blood pressure. So the way that they prescribe it to you is you take a half a dose for a week, and then you progressively go up to a full pill every day. But for me, because I have low blood pressure, taking that, I started fainting like in public. Like one time I was at a Chinese market and I literally just fainted in public. Another time I fainted at a movie theater, hence when I had my whole little band-aid situation. So now I only take my medication. I do a half every other day, and I've been a lot better since that happened. Another update as well, I don't know if I mentioned this on my Instagram story, but I basically got involved in a hit and run as well. I was on the 405 going back home, and then this guy or woman, I don't know, was in the carpool lane, and I didn't even see him. And then all of a sudden, like me just going straight, and there's a good amount of traffic too. It was probably what, like 35 miles an hour, max 40. And he literally rammed into my car, and then he started driving away, like speeding away dangerously. He was like speeding in the shoulder. So that was horrible. So now I have like really bad PTSD. Now when I drive, I'm like so afraid when somebody gets close to me. And now I'm just like such a passive driver. I just want everyone to go ahead of me. Like I don't even want to be involved in this. So this is a Morphe brush. Do you guys see the tape on here? I remember when Morphe was it, like in what, 2016 era? That's like when the whole Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Jaclyn Hill, like when they were like at its peak. I mean, they're still very popular now. I really like Manny and Laura Lee. They're really entertaining to watch. That was when everybody was being sponsored by Morphe, so obviously I had to buy Morphe brushes. However, all the Morphe brushes that I bought, not all of them, but a good amount of them, the ferrule part, maybe after washing them 3 times, the ferrule starts to get loose. And I still like this brush for foundation because it's like synthetic, but this should not be happening. I mean, it is cheap, but still. So I'm using my Huda Beauty concealers. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna talk about like random things. So I saw this on Cassie Thorpe's story recently where she was asking people to ask her questions, and then she brought up the terms of like, someone asked her how does she feel about people using replicas or fakes and stuff like that. There really is like a whole forum on Reddit just for replicas. I'm gonna post a picture of what Cassie Thorpe said. So I actually agree with her. I would never wear a fake, I would never buy a fake, but my number one thing that she also said, I'm not really bothered what you do, or like if you carry a fake, that's fine, right? Like live your life, do whatever you want. My issue is people that carry fakes and then they pretend that they're real. I feel like that's trying to pretend to be something that you're not. There's so many not as expensive bags out there, like contemporary bags, because the other issue too is like the intellectual property that belongs with that. It's if you're carrying a bag that, let's say, has like the LV monogram print and it's not real, so it's not even just about the price, it's you're stealing someone's idea, or someone's stealing someone's idea. I was thinking of doing like a whole dedicated video just like talking about it. But yes, I remember one of my friends, well, we're not close anymore, but her boyfriend used to have a Louis Vuitton wallet and it was fake, but when she first started dating him, he said that it was real, but then she looked at it or something, I don't know. Long story short is that she found out it was fake, and when she called him out on it, he was like, yeah, it's not real. So it's just funny how like certain people try to front to like be something that they're not. There's a lot of people, if you can't afford it, there's literally nothing wrong with that, or spending your money on going on trips instead. Because for me, if you're trying to front that something's real when it's fake about anything, it doesn't even have to be designer. It's just like, why? Why do you need to pretend? You guys like see, I have, the concealer kind of covers it, but so I have a scar here, and then under my nose is pink, and then there's like a pink scar right here just from when I fell. I literally just got rug burned on my face. I would show you guys pictures, but it's pretty graphic. Not gonna lie, pretty graphic. Next, I have my powder. Oh my gosh, I really enjoy using this powder. I didn't bring my powder puff, but normally I do use a powder puff. I don't know, there's just something about this powder that's just very sentimental, like the smell of it. But I know some people don't like this powder because of the fragrance, like I've read the reviews. It's so funny that this and then the new Huda Beauty Tan Tour, they're both sold out. Like the shade light and then this shade is Pound Cake. I believe they're both sold out. Even like the mini one of this is sold out. Oh, so let me update you guys with my trips. So me and my mom and my aunts are going to Europe in a couple weeks. So we're gonna be going on the trip for 2 weeks, and then we're gonna come back, and then another 2 weeks will go by, and then me, my brother, and my mom are gonna go to Japan for 2 weeks. So I'm so excited. I'm totally gonna vlog. I don't know if I'll post the vlogs. I'll post at least one vlog from Japan just because I'm gonna see my friend Mide, and she's from Japan, but she came to study. She was an international student, like an exchange student, and she did a homestay at my friend's house, I think in what, 2014, I believe, and she was here for a couple years, and she was planning on staying here because she wants to do acting. Like she majored in theater, but unfortunately because of the pandemic she had to move back because nobody obviously was doing like auditions or jobs and stuff like that, so it was really hard for her to find work after she graduated. So she moved back during the beginning of the pandemic, so I actually haven't seen her since I believe 2020, so I haven't seen her in like 3 years. So I'm totally gonna catch up with her, and I'm so excited. Also, I heard that there's an e.l.f. dupe for this brush. I've seen like some people use it. Do you guys think I should buy it? I don't know. I mean, it's really cheap. Next time I go to Target, I'm gonna see if I can buy it. But I love, look how natural it looks. Oh my God. Okay, so in Europe, the #1 things that I'm looking to buy are, so my #1 goal is to go to the Goyard store and look for a mini Anjou. But I know that bag is kind of hard to get, like in terms of colors, so we shall see. And I've never obviously gone to the Goyard store in Paris, so I'm very excited about that. The other thing that I really want to buy is going to be from Louis Vuitton. So I really want to get the Louis Vuitton Nice, either mini or the Nice BB. I'm leaning towards the mini, like that is honestly the one that I want to get, but a part of my brain is thinking, okay, well my Celine vanity case is so small, why am I gonna get kind of like another short stubby one? I feel like the BB, I could definitely put way more stuff in, but I feel like that's the other downside, is because it's so much bigger, I don't know if like I really want something that big. And then obviously I definitely see, I'm so set on getting the Nano Noe. The only thing that's making me hesitate is the fact that I haven't tried it on, because like when you try it on, it really solidifies whether or not you really want something. So backtracking, so the Goyard Mini Anjou, but if I get the Mini Anjou, I'm not gonna buy the Nano Noe or and then the super backup if they don't have the Nano Noe. The Pochette Matisse is the other backup, but I know a lot of you guys have been saying that LV is trying to phase out their canvas items, and that is so tragic. Like canvas items in store, that they want to make canvas items only available online. It's just so crazy because Louis Vuitton canvas is such a foundation for the brand. Like that is literally their signature thing. It's not leather, so why would they want to take that away? I just really don't understand that. I definitely do want to stop by the Celine store as well, but I don't know what I would get from there, just because I'm not trying to go on like a crazy shopping spree when I go to Europe. I want to be very like selective and mindful of the things that I want to get. See, it would really depend too on the country, because I'm in Paris, so I want to be cheesy and just get something French. For example, if I went to Italy instead, I would definitely either go to Fendi or go to Bottega Veneta or go to Prada. But Prada only if you went to like the Milan stores, because I have gone to Milan before with my family, but at the time I didn't really prioritize buying anything from the Prada store, which is such a missed opportunity, to be honest. I want to do an acne video, like an update, like to show you guys like before and after, because oh, my skin was going through it. So I started my medication on January 3rd, and I've been using it for almost 4 months now. Almost 4 months. And it's honestly doing so well. I've always had acne my entire life, like since I think I got my first pimple, in like 8th grade, maybe, I think. I used to break out around my forehead, and then I would get like the occasional nose pimple. I rarely ever break out around my cheeks. After college, I started really breaking out on my chin, and I'm not on like birth control or anything like that, so I just didn't understand why my hormones were going so crazy. Even when I would get like my doctor checkups, they would take my blood, they wouldn't say anything other than like my low blood pressure. They wouldn't say anything, like any issues with my hormones. So I definitely have mentioned this before, like I used to get flare-ups, but it's just maybe like a flare-up to me back then used to be like maybe 5 pimples or so. But no joke, the last few months, literally last year, so 2021, if you guys see my old videos from 2020, my skin wasn't even that bad, and I would still think like, oh, I'm breaking out a lot. But in 2021 was the worst that my skin has ever been in my entire life, and I knew for sure that it was hormone related, because I would do everything that I normally did to clear up my skin, and it was just not working. That's when I knew for sure it wasn't because of diet related things. It had to be hormone related, which is why I needed medication. Like it was crazy, because I was breaking out literally like on like below my jawline, and it was like painful. Like they were red, thick. It was awful. It was so awful, and I became so insecure. Oh my gosh. Like I've always had acne my entire life, but the level of insecurity during that time period was actually so insane. Me even just going to the market, I would be so insecure about it. I would wear a mask to the market just to hide my skin. Apparently there's this like Chinese makeup trend called Douyin makeup, and I'm really curious. I think I want to try that for my next vlog, because it just looks so interesting. I don't really wear fake lashes anymore. I mean, I still have a bunch, which is why I don't want them to go to waste. I still only wear falsies when I go out, but now I'm even so lazy that even when I go out, I don't wear falsies, just because it's such a pain to take off, and I hate at the end of the night when you still have like glue on your eyelids. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So with Rare Beauty blushes, just because it's so pigmented, and this is in the color Worth, which I love, it's my new favorite. I think no, Bliss is my #1, and then this one I really like, so I'm just gonna put it on my cheeks. And then I actually like to blend out my Rare Beauty blush with a foundation brush. Oh, the other thing that I'm thinking of getting, it depends. If there's a really long line at Hermes in Paris, I'm not gonna go, but I really want to buy a pair of Oran sandals. I was telling my mom about it, but if the line is really long, it's like I don't want to be in Paris in line for even, I feel like max would be 20 minutes. If it was obviously just like in LA or something like that, I don't mind waiting. But if we're on a trip, I don't want to spend the trip in line at a boutique when I could be walking around or something like that, you know? And then I'm using the shade Outshine as well. I feel like the only other shade from their highlighting range that I want is Enchant, because it reminds me of the OG, like the OG liquid highlighter from Benefit. I forgot what it's even called, but it's that light pink one. I remember that at the time was it on YouTube. That was when before everyone started using powder highlights, that liquid one was so popular. This is one of my favorite brushes to use for blush. Do you see how it's like flat like this? I started using this brush shape because this Japanese YouTuber that I follow, she always uses this for blush, and I was like, girl, genius, absolutely genius. One of my favorite phrases is when my friends told me this, but obviously it's viral on social media. It's like, gorgeous, gorgeous girls always over blush. So I'm gonna take the same bronzer, basically any powder bronzer that you use on your face, that's what I use on my eyeball. So I'm thinking of doing an updated Small Leather Goods, like SLG's video. However, I don't know, I just like look at my SLGs and I don't feel like, not that I don't like my SLGs, I use my SLGs all the time, but it's just, I feel like my SLG collection is not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Spectacular. For example, if you see Mel & Melbourne's, she has like so many different colored Chanel card holders, Hermes card holders, Loewe, like literally so many. I have more SLGs than I need for sure, but I feel like I don't have enough to make it interesting, if that makes sense. So let me know down in the comments if you guys would be interested in an updated SLGs collection. But again, like I said, if you've seen, I'll link down my very first one. So obviously I did add a couple since then, but I don't know, I just feel like it's boring. I forgot to bring my Fenty Glow Bomb, but normally that's what I use. So instead, I'm just gonna use the NARS one. I'm just gonna take the yellow highlighter and then just pop it on the inner corner. Recently, I've been wearing like a thinner base and then I just cover with concealer, but it honestly just depends on the day, because I do wear BB creams a lot as well, just because a lot of my BB creams, weirdly enough, have a lot of coverage. And when I do go to Japan, I definitely want to explore more of the brand Lunasol, Suikyu, because they used to sell Suikyu at, what is it, Sephora, and then they took it off. And I think some Space NK sell it, I'm not 100% sure, but they don't have any like Suikyu counters. Oh, and then Addiction, I'm really interested as well. So basically, all of the Japanese brands that they do not sell here. I heard there's like a trick where people put highlighter right here, like in the middle of their nose and then at the tip. The only downside is because I have the scar from when I fell, so it's like red over there. It like brings attention to my nose. Alrighty, so we're almost done. I'm just gonna put this on my eyebrows. This brow gel is very natural, extremely so. Like this is for like the girls that barely put on any makeup. This is the eyebrow gel for you guys. I think, I mean, I'm not really shopping that much right now just because I have a lot of trips that I want to save up for, and I'm very selective of the things that I want to buy. It really sucks because when I make my new bag videos for you guys, like the episode series that I started where I do my makeup and tell you guys about new bags, it's like I genuinely thought that this year I was just gonna spend all my money on Loewe bags. And don't get me wrong, I still love and adore Loewe. Like this is going to be my Loewe year. However, oh gosh, that Micro Lady Dior, ooh, the East-West one. On top of that too, the Louis Vuitton one, both of those, that just like blindsided me how much I loved the East-West Pochette Matisse and the Nana Noe. Jesus. And oh, this is the lip pencil that apparently Lily Rose Depp loves to use. It's in the shade Nude Brune 162. I've been trying to wear lip pencils because I'm just so obsessed with lip balm recently. And I have so many lip pencils that I just don't use. And then I'm just gonna use this lip balm. I feel like my favorite mascara brand is either a Japanese mascara brand, just because those ones really don't budge. I really like the Rare Beauty mascara, but that one does not smear under your eyes, but that is so hard to take off. It's not, it doesn't claim to be waterproof, but it genuinely acts waterproof. If I have the Rare Beauty mascara on and I use my cleansing oils, oh, it is so hard to get off. I have to do like 2 to 3 layers of the Garnier, or maybe 1.5 layers of Bioderma. Like that really stays on. But yes, super natural, super natural. So really the only thing that I'm missing is my Fenty Diamond Balm. It's so funny that now all of a sudden I see videos of people using it. I remember when it first came out, people liked it, but they didn't really talk about it that much. If you looked up the reviews on Sephora, a lot of people were like, oh, super big glitter chunks, yada. Whereas now it's like it got viral again and people are like, oh, put it on your eyes. And I'm like, I've been doing that since day one. Oh, I'm also thinking about doing an ASMR video, not with me talking. I want to do my favorite ASMR sounds because there's a lot, and I feel like maybe only 5 of you guys, my loyal subbies, are gonna watch it. But if it helps put at least 2 people to sleep, you know what? Job well done. So I'll probably try to do that ASMR video when I come back from my trips. So look forward to that. So this is my final makeup look. It's super natural. My skin is finally clearing up. Like this is all just hyperpigmentation, but honestly I'm not really insecure about my acne scars anymore. I was more insecure when I had a lot of breakouts. Also, fun fact, I bought this after I watched, it's a Kevin Murphy brush. I bought it immediately after I watched Camila Cabello's Vogue Beauty Secrets video. One, I'm just so obsessed with her. She's so freaking pretty and so cute. She has like the cutest smile. But she said that her mom got her this to help with scalp stimulation, and I'm really insecure about my hair because even though my hair is really long, my hair is really thin and it's really fine. I would be happy if I had two of these. If I had this chunk and then a whole nother chunk on this side, I'd be really happy. But my hair is really thin, so I'm really insecure about it, and this is supposed to like help stimulate your scalp. I know a lot of people use those plastic ones in the shower, but my hair gets knotted pretty quickly in the shower, so I try not to do, like I try to just massage with my fingers when I'm shampooing my own hair. But yes, I definitely desperately need a trim. Just haircuts are so expensive. The place that I love and adore, it's like $75. Actually, I believe they raised their prices to $85, and I really just want a trim. But I know a trim and a haircut for women are the same exact price because it does take the same level of skill set to make it look even, to make it look really nice. But yes, so those are my little random updates. Also, I just want to thank everyone so much for enjoying and supporting my new bag series. I honestly, when I first decided to do it, I was really nervous and insecure. I was just expecting the moment I uploaded it and finished editing it, just expecting there to be like multiple comments of people being like, oh wow, like your skin got really bad, or oh wow, your acne scars are pretty bad, When you guys give me suggestions, I know you're coming from like a good intentions place, and I honestly super appreciate it. Like when you guys recommend like, oh hey, like this is what worked for me, or when you guys tell me things, I really like it. I don't take it personally at all. I think it's really helpful because you're just trying to help my skin out. But I honestly expected at least a couple people, especially with my last few videos, just because I was going through more flare-ups, just because I've been, cheating on my diet, like my acne trigger diet, which is fine because, you only live once. I literally got 0, and I mean 0 comments of people talking about my skin. And it's just, to me, it's so surprising that no one said anything negative because, the internet, people are really mean on the internet. And honestly, you guys are just so great. And it really just like, I can't even tell you how happy and how grateful I am. You guys are just so nice to me. Like so many of you guys like send me messages or comments like, oh Maggie, your videos really make my day, or your videos really helped me. I don't know, it's just like, I don't deserve it. I really don't. Like you guys are seriously the best. And yeah, I just wanna thank you guys for keeping up with me. This Get Ready With Me was kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of my everyday makeup routine. I'm thinking of doing these maybe like once every 2 weeks, just because I genuinely change my makeup routine constantly because I'm trying to just use up my products. Also, some of you guys were asking me to do kind of like a jewelry video. I think I'll just talk about my jewelry because majority of my jewelry is actually from jewelry. you would be surprised. Like I think 80% of my jewelry is from Majuri, and then the next tier will be Tiffany for sure. So maybe I'll mention that in my next Get Ready With Me. I think I'm gonna end today's video. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps support my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!